I'm now back again with Roy Mundy, founder of Sefton Art Group. Roy, I believe you also provide specific training in fields such as portrait painting.
Yes, because portrait painting is such a tough discipline, where you have to dedicate weeks to it. So yes, as well as portrait drawing, also life drawing, that's also very important. And then there's other more specialist subjects, working with brushstroke, for example, which is a very creative medium. Not many people are aware of brushstroke. It works rather like watercolours, but it's a very vibrant medium, gives you very vibrant colours, and it allows you to be very abstract with it as well.
Yes, I've seen little elements of that. I've walked around the art group as well, and it's wonderful, the colours.
And pen and ink is another one which is very popular as well. And of course, within that speciality, again, we get members to work on bigger scale, something they probably never even thought of before, working bigger scale together with bigger brushes. So we then don't bother with the traditional paintbrush, we use decorators' brushes. And once they use bigger brushes, then other things happen. It opens up their creativity yet again.
I've got to say, I'm certainly getting an education today as well in the world of art.
Yes, good.
Is it possible for people to progress beyond your art classes?
Oh, certainly, because we've got members who prove that. They get a very good foundation in art coming to the classes, and then we get a number of members, well, several anyway, that come to mind, who came to the classes purely as a leisure activity and got really seriously involved with art, and then went on to do a degree in fine art. One of the members, Grace, in fact, in the next few weeks she will graduate after doing a 3-year fine art degree. In fact, it was a combined degree, art history and fine art. So she first came to the class as a leisure painter in her early 60s, fell in love with it, and now she's coming off the end of a fine art degree.
So it's never too late.
It's never too late,
no. And you've got something for everybody.
That's right. And then a more recent member, again approaching the age of 40, and he's now started the first year at Chelsea Fine Art.
That's wonderful.
So people they can take it to whatever level they want.
Yes, absolutely fabulous. So something literally for everybody, whatever level you're at. Exactly. Come along and join in, and you can accommodate for everybody. Thanks, Roy, for your time today. Now, if it's okay with you, I'm going to go back downstairs and talk to some of the new members.
Thank you, Karen. Bye for now.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Great, thanks. I'm really impressed with this piece of artwork at the moment. Can you tell me what it is you're actually painting?
It's actually the Chinatown in Liverpool. Are you aware of this? Have you seen it?
Yes, I have actually seen it.
Yeah, it's quite stunning, isn't it?
Yes, it's brilliant.
So I'm attempting to paint this painting, not being too precise and in a form of abstract way. But there's a lot of work to do with it. It's going to take me quite some time.
Great. I can see you've actually got a printout here of what you're actually painting. Does that help you with what you're doing?
Very much so. It's what's known as the grid system, which Roy has helped me to get the painting right, because if the drawing isn't right, then the painting won't be right at all. But particularly when there's a lot of information in the picture, it helps to make sure that it's right.
Great. So that must have taken you a long time to convert that onto there with the grid system then, and having to mark out all the separate squares.
Yeah, it took me about 3 hours.
Right. And so what sort of medium have you used on this canvas?
This is acrylic.
Yes. Do you prefer to work with acrylics?
It's a great medium because it's very forgiving.
Yes.
But I do use other mediums, but on a canvas, mostly acrylic.
I've noticed as well with the acrylics, you can get a really sort of quite a bright colour with a lot of these colours. It really stands out. It's quite strong, isn't it? Is that a thing of acrylic paint then?
It is, but I like bright colours anyway.
You do, so you've gone for the bright colours for this.
Right.
That's lovely. So how long do you reckon this is going to take you to complete?
About another 4 weeks, I think.
Right, 4 weeks of 3-hour sessions?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's great. And how will you finish it off? Will you do any edging or anything around it with any pens or anything? Or will you keep it as it is?
There may be other mediums that are introduced into it to get the fine details in, but other than that, no, most of it will be acrylic.
Oh, that's looking really great. I really look forward to seeing that at the end. Thanks very much for your time, Steve.
Cheers, you're welcome.
Hi, Pete.
Hi.
I like this landscape, and those clouds are really beautiful.
Right.
Can you tell me how you got that effect?
I used acrylic spray paint to get the blend between the sky and the clouds, and you get a very smooth blend between the colours to get that effect.
Is it difficult to use spray paint on canvas?
It can be difficult, it needs practice.
Right.
And also you need well ventilated space.
Oh, good.
Because of all the chemicals in the spray cans.
Bit of a health and safety tip there.
Yeah.
Good. So, what inspired you to paint this picture?
Other painters, really.
Yes.
Because I don't think anybody, if you do something creative, original, you're a genius. And I don't think there's many geniuses around. So people, when they're starting, when they're beginning to paint, they tend to copy.
Right.
Even the great artists did that.
And how many years have you been painting?
Seriously, about 4 years.
And is that with Sefton Art Group?
Yes, yes. I had a little double off and on with other art groups, but not seriously. I did GCE art when I was 15, 16, and I hadn't done anything else seriously till I arrived here at Sefton Art Group. So I'm well into it.
Pete, what medium do you prefer to paint with?
Acrylics, basically, because it's the kind of medium where if you do make a mistake, you can go over it. It's very difficult to do that with, say, watercolours. You've got to more or less get it right first time. So it sort of makes up for mistakes. Of course, I never make any.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Of course not. Of course not. Well, that's a super painting, and I wish you all the very best.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pete. Thank you. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. This is a stunning picture. Can you tell us more about it?
It's just something that when I really love Spanish architecture, I like the mountain villages in Spain, and so I just thought that I would try and do something but with a bit of a modern twist.
Yes.
So this is just something, it's quite straight lined, but I do quite like working with straight lines, angular things rather than abstract, really.
And how long did it take you to get to this stage?
So this painting probably took me about 4 or 5 hours to do, because there's a lot of drawing of lines in to do before you actually put any paint on the canvas.
And how did you draw the lines? What did you draw the lines in?
Pencil, just pencil, and then just go over it with the paint and then highlight it with ink on top.
What sort of paint have you used?
Acrylic.
Acrylic,
yeah. I too like working in acrylic because you can cover your mistakes.
Right, and of course there's no mistakes.
No, not at all. No, none at all in this.
That's lovely. It makes me feel like I need to go on holiday.
Me too.
Yes, yes. Thank you ever so much.
Thank
Kathy.
you very
Thank
much.
you.
Cheers.
Sometimes when there are spaces available, Roy likes to take on new members. Now, some of these members have no experience at all, some of them have a little bit of experience, and some are very accomplished artists indeed, but they just want to improve or expand some of their skills a little bit further. I'm going to go and say hello now to some of the new members. Hello, new members. Hello. Hello, Donna.
Hello.
Hi, can you tell me a little bit about how long you've actually been working with Sefton Art Group now?
This is my 3rd week with Sefton Art Group. I was originally with Lydia's, but there was some problems I had with perspective, so I've come to Roy and he's helping me to get the perspective on measurements.
So is this your first piece that you've been working on, or have you got anything else that you've done?
It's the second one. Been using a grid system, and now we're doing the thumb and pencil measurements. So we get everything in proportion.
In proportion, that's great. So was this your choice of...
This was Roy's choice.
This was Roy's choice, the bottle of wine note.
You did give me an empty one.
Oh, what a shame. That's such a shame. So do you feel like you'd like to expand further and use other forms of medium?
Yeah, I always like to use other paints. I do use abstract paint at the moment.
Right.
But then,
and are you enjoying the time here? Are they a friendly bunch?
They are friendly, yeah. They made me feel really welcome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Donna.
You're welcome.
Hello, Gail.
Hello.
This looks stunning. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
Yeah, it's a scene from somewhere in Northamptonshire. I walked there a few weeks ago with some friends. Took this photograph. This is my second attempt. I did it in acrylics first, and now I've moved on to watercolour. only because I felt as if I knew the subject quite well, and because watercolour's harder, I thought I now know my subject, so I'll now move from
a challenge.
Yeah, move from the acrylics onto the watercolour.
This is
see how
lovely.
I can produce.
So how many weeks has this taken you to get
this is probably my second week at this. Yeah.
And how long have you been a member of the group?
Just over a year.
Right. So you've learnt lots of new skills, I would imagine.
Yes. Yeah.
Could you paint before you came here?
I've dabbled over the years, off and on, stood back, been busy in life and then come back to it. Never had any formal training at all.
Until you came here?
Until I came here.
Yes.
It's been
well,
good.
this is beautiful, and I look forward to seeing it finished.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gail.
Cheers.
Hello, Dave. I believe you've been here for about 9 months now.
Yes, it's about 9 months now, yes.
And a little bird tells me that you've been working on a lot of pictures lately that have had acrylic medium used. I'm having a look at your picture here and it looks absolutely fabulous. I've also heard that you've actually auctioned off some of your paintings in aid of local charities. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we did a charity night for Queen's Court Hospice. My wife was a patient there, and I sold 3 paintings. I sold 2 on the night. They brought about £600, and then another lady asked me to do one for her, which she paid £300 for, which was the Iron Men in Crosby. I did Red Rum on the beach as well, and so they raised around about £900, the 3 of them, for Queen's Court.
That's really interesting. Can you tell me also, what is your favourite medium? I noticed that you're using an awful lot of acrylics there. Is that your favourite medium, or have you got another medium that you also like to use as well?
I've used watercolour, but I find acrylics far more forgiving, easier to use, and it's quite enjoyable because it's like the old-fashioned oil paints. You don't have all this setup, you just use it as watercolour, but it's a lot more easier to use.
It's been great talking with you today, Dave, and I wish you all the best with the next painting that you take on. Thank you very much.
Finished.
Well, that's all for now. I hope you've enjoyed learning all about Sefton Art Group. Join me next time when I'll be in Southport. But for now, I've got to get on with my painting. What's this? Roy? Oh, I've always wanted to do this. Scene 1, take 1. Action! Oh, sorry.